Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe. So in this episode, Ash decided to go for a little bit of a creepy look. Does look pretty cool though, I have to say. Alright, so anyways, in this series up to this point, we've done a few of the Arch-Gun missions. Now we have to do a weapon intro. So I do have a few of them already in my equipment that we can try out. We're only going to do one an episode though. Alright, so when you first acquire the Odinata Arch-Gun, that's the first one you start with. The Imperator and the Veritux are the two weapons you start out with. And in this episode, we're going to test out the Velocitus. I believe that's how you pronounce it, but just in case, I'm going to pronounce it some different ways in the episode, even though they're clearly incorrect. And now let's check out the polarity icons, and it does not have any by default, unfortunately. And we're not going to equip anything in this episode. I want to give you an idea of how it plays when you first acquire it, just like we do in all these intro episodes. And if we go over here on the right, it looks like it deals primarily magnetic damage. A lot of it. A lot of it. 1800, wow. And let's see. Status chance. It has a high status chance. So this is definitely one that we'd want to consider putting a status chance mod on because it increases the likelihood of magnetic damage being caused on the enemy. Or the status effect from magnetic damage. And reload 2, magazine 100. Fire rate is pretty slow. It's a 0.833. Critical multiplier, that's not really gonna... Oh, actually, that's not bad, I guess. Critical chance is decent. We could definitely bump that up. And accuracy, that's not horrible, I guess. Alright, so when you're trying to decide on what mods to put on it, essentially you want to look at the highest numbers here. And then you figure, because the mods actually go in and they're based on the percentage, so they multiply the percentage up, so... Obviously, if you have 25% critical chance, let's say the mod increases by 100%. That means it's essentially doubling it up, so it'd be up to 50% now. So you want to take that into consideration, whereas like if this was only a 5% and they had 100%, only bump it up to a 10. So it's not really as big of a jump. Alright, well anyways, we're going to try out this gun in this episode. And we'll have the other melee weapon with us as well, but we're going to try not to use it. I don't think we will need to. We're just going to go to the first Arch-Gun mission. Wow. Why are we starting there? Do not do that to me. Alright, so we're going back to Mercury. This is an exterminate Arch-Gun mission. Grenier faction controls it. The levels range from 5 to 7. Let's go get them. Alright, infiltrated.
There's a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Now, you probably already noticed that it's already a level 2. That's because I tested it out a little bit before I came in here.
Clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
I think I was actually a little bit confused when I first acquired it because the developers actually give me access to the guns to do like review episodes as soon as the update goes live. And I think it automatically equipped it, so I didn't realize it because I didn't pay attention what the name of the starting weapons were for the Arch-Gun. But that's alright because we didn't level up too much. Oh, okay, that makes sense why it's such a high magnetic damage. You can pretty much assume that when it says that, it's one of the ones you have to hold the trigger down to launch like a bow or something along those lines. It's not bad. It's certainly a one-hit kill, that's for sure. These low-level guys. Where are you? Get over here! Bam, come on. Damn, my accuracy's so off. I haven't been playing this game enough lately. There we go. Okay, we need our shield back. Oh wow, that thing's gone. Okay, we need to get out of there really quick for a minute. That's another good thing about the Arch-Gun missions. You always have the option of getting out of there really quickly, especially compared to the regular missions where your sprint speed's not really that fast. Definitely doesn't hurt to use some hidden retreat tactics. Alright, so let's see. Bam! There we go. This thing is doing a ridiculous amount of damage. I wonder if I can take down one of those Zaplas, whatever they're called. That actually lock you into their minefield or whatever. If this could take those out in one hit, then this would be my favorite gun ever. At least in Arc-Win so far. This is essentially the bow if you want to play Arc-Win missions. If you're normally a primary bow user like the Paris Prime or the Dread or something like that, this is currently the equivalent to that in Arc-Win. Let's get our shield back up. Bam! 8,000. I mean, that was a critical shot, so we can even bump that up so it'd be more likely to happen more often. Let's get that energy. Oh, another good thing about Arc-Win, they actually make pretty much all the drops are magnetized towards you. So you don't have to worry about like having carrier or something because it's basically already built in out here. Alright, anyways, we still have a few enemies to go. Quite a few. That was an understatement. We're not even halfway through this yet. Where are ya? Now, the one unfortunate thing is because it's doing so much damage, we don't really get to see the effect of the magnetic damage. There we go, leveled up to 3. I have to say, I like this a whole lot better than the other gun. Alright. Yeah, it's definitely not worth firing unless you're holding it down all the way. Whoa, how'd that miss? Alright, we need to mix in some other things here. Seeking fire, go get him! Okay, mix in some melee too. It's getting a little bit too hectic. Alright, Odinata level 13, nice. Can't wait till it gets up to 30 so I can go try to get one of the other ones. I know for the second Arc-Win that was added to the game, you actually need to have like at least a level 20-ish, like probably 23-ish I think actually is a more accurate number. I believe that's the level of the enemies on the particular interception mission where they drop. But yeah, currently in the game, if you're trying to level up your Arc-Win, the only realistic way to go about it is to go into one of the interception missions. You'll find by far the most enemies in those, and you'll also get a whole lot more pickups too. I mean, of course, killing more enemies naturally gets more pickups, but also for every round you receive a reward just like you would in a normal interception mission. I know interception's not anybody's favorite in the game. In fact, I believe most people don't really care for the mode at all, even in the regular missions. But, unfortunately, it is the best in Arc-Win right now. Alright, where are the rest of these guys? Somebody's up here. Looks like it's only one guy. Man, he's really far up here. He or she, I'm not sure what it is. Or it. If it's a robot. Then again, some people like to call their robots females. Wherever floats your boat, bub. Alright, whoa. Okay, now they're below us. How'd I miss this thing? Where is it? Alright, let's pay attention exactly when the arrow changes. It's over here somewhere. It's probably on this rock. Oh, there it is. Hey, you. Hey, you. Good night. Alright. Onwards we go. So we have 16 enemies left. It's actually working out pretty well so far. I mean, as you'd expect, the weapons you start out with are never going to be as good as the ones you can acquire later on. This is just such a dramatic difference, it's crazy. Whoa.
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Damn right they don't. I'm a stealthy beast. This is like the unstealthiest mission ever. It's just because they don't have alarms out here. That's the only reason they haven't spotted me yet. Who's next? Whoop. Oh, come on. Third time's the charm. There we go. Alright, so yes, I believe if you're wondering about this weapon, it's definitely worth considering. Out of the two that I've used so far, I'd say this would be my primary weapon. Like, I'm only going to level the Imperator up to max rank, and then I'm going to probably stop using it, most likely. Except if we mix in a challenge episode, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, we'll get that up to 30, and then we'll try it on a ridiculously high Arc-Gun mission. See how long we can last. Something crazy like that. There's so many possibilities with these challenge episodes. I know I've only done one so far, probably. I'm not sure what order these videos are going to get uploaded in, but I think there's only one up to this point in the series. Sometimes I do record these episodes out of order. So I don't like to necessarily. Apparently I'm in the mood for celery. Alright, let's go.
All targets eliminated. Let's get out of here.
There we go, let's get out of here. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't necessarily want to say that it will be in the next episode or it was in the last episode. I try not to do that, even though I do it a lot. Generally, I only do it when I know for sure that I am uploading in a particular order. But now with the new year, I'm trying to get at least one of these videos up every day, so I have to record these in bulk amounts all at once. And it's actually become a lot easier. Hopefully I can actually keep this going. At this point, I actually do have a lot banked up, so shouldn't be a problem. Man, this is really far away. Like, why do we have to reach a certain point anyway? Can't I just go over here and the ship can come to me? It's not like the ship's actually where I'm supposed to go. There it is. Alright. Finally! That took forever.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Well, thank you, Lotus. It's always nice to know you appreciate my efforts while you're sitting on your butt somewhere. That's what she's doing. She's just telling us to do her work for her. Alright, so what do we get? Shield capacity, I think I already had that one. Critical chance, I believe I had that. Fusion core, we have that, but we can always use plenty more of those. And oh, nice, it went up to rank 4 in that one mission. From rank 2, but yes, it went up to rank 4. And let's see, 70 total kills, only 2 headshots. It's kind of hard to get headshots out there. 2 melee kills, 3 upgrades received, 4 abilities used, 83% accuracy. That's actually right about the range we wanted it to be in, because in an Arc-Gun mission, that's the equivalent of a bow, and because you're firing a bow at such a lower rate of fire compared to most guns, you need to hit more of your shots than normal, so yes, that fits nicely. And anyway, Seekies, I'd have to say the Velocitus, which is the correct way to pronounce it, is definitely a good choice, especially if your main primary weapon in regular Warframe missions is a bow, so definitely consider building it for yourself. But anyways, remember to leave a like if you did enjoy, and yes, that is an egg right there. Unfortunately, I put Harley into stasis.
The old war, operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
Oh man, it happens every time. I just need to stop paying attention to him. Alright, well anyways. Yes, Harley's currently in stasis, which is, let me show you. If you go over to the stasis tab, you can put your Kubrow into stasis, and that's basically just a way to prevent it from losing health, because every day during the daily reset it loses 10% of its health, and you have to keep buying DNA stabilizers from the market. And it's basically like a kind of like a way to make you take care of the Kubrow, but also it makes you log in more often than you normally would, because you don't want it to die, because it can eventually die if it loses too much health. And yes, if you put in stasis, you don't have to worry about it losing health at all. The only downside is you have to wait 3 hours from the time you take it out. Well, that's not a big deal. Alright, well anyways, I do hope you did enjoy. Remember, leave a like if you did, subscribe for more of these videos in the future, and I will see you next time.